If you run an agency or you are a freelancer and you manage clients, it is usually difficult to actually do everything from the same platform. In most cases, you need is different app for invoicing, a different app for CRM, a different app for lead generation, email sending, and a whole lot of that. And this can be very cumbersome and time consuming. So I want to show you a simple platform. And what this platform does is that it's going to help you house everything in one platform. And from this platform, you can do all the whole process of your client onboarding and project management, invoicing, payments, and a whole lot of things. So this platform is called OneSuite.io. I'm going to put the link in the description. You can go and check it out. And what this tool does is very simple. It wants to be the one tool or one software or one app or website that you need for managing any kind of clients online. So they have a lot of features, and we are going to walk through some of these features and how you can use this app or this software to manage clients as an agency, a creator, a freelancer, anything at all, as long as you manage clients online and you want to manage them from a single point and a single place. So you can do billing, contracts, communication projects. You can even do CRMs and different pipelines and all of that. So what you need to do is you just come here, click on start free trial. You have a 14 days trial, and then you now be able to use this tool. So I already have an account, so I'm just going to come to my dashboard. So I'm currently logged in, and this is my business name here. You can add different businesses for different purposes. For instance, I have a personal brand and I also have an agency, and I keep these businesses as two separate businesses. So here I can have these two separate businesses. So this is where you find the different things you can do, and we are going to walk through some of these things, and I'll show you how to use this tool for client management, project management, and all of that. So inside the dashboard, you have the option to have a one-on-one with Razor, and you can just book a call here, or you can contact them through any platform that you prefer right here. But this is where you see all your clients, you see the onboarding project you have, you see the total revenue that you generated, and you see the pending invoices that you have. So here you can also see the overview, the revenue, the conversion, the completed tasks you have here, and the current tasks that you have, the overdue ones, the completed ones, and all of that. So here you see all your tasks, and this is where you see the different tasks that you've created that you can assign to different people. All right, so you can come here, see all the tasks that you've created. You can see your timesheets from here, and then you can see the members, the projects, the tasks that they are doing, the entry date, the duration, and a whole lot of stuff. This is where you see all the projects that you are currently managing, so you can create projects. We are going to come back to all of that. This is where you have the CRM, and the CRM is where you basically manage all your customers and do different kind of things. So we have companies, opportunities, and people. All right, so this is where you have emails. You can also send emails from this app, and you see all the people that you have their contact, their email addresses as contacts. So you can see them as clients, you can see them as all in one, and you can basically select the contact, and you can view the different emails that you both have basically exchanged. So this is where you actually create contracts. So let's say you have a client and you've agreed for the business or the gig you want to offer. You need to sign a contract for them, and you can basically come here, create from the different template that they have, or you can select from blank. If you have your own design, you have a custom document as an invoice, you can upload it from here and you can send it to them. All right, or contracts, not invoices. Here, this is where you generate invoices, so you can send invoices and they can actually pay you directly on this platform, which keeps everything uniform and in one place. So this is where you actually find all your clients and where you can add the clients, if you wanted to add them from here. So if you come to the settings, this is where you can do more things. For instance, you have white label, and in the white label you can connect your own domain name instead of using their own subdomain. So you need to verify your DNS so that when you send emails, you become like it has this branded feel to it. You can also do a sign-in page, you can do SEO, and then you can set up a custom email address from here. So if you come to general, this is where you upload or edit your brand name, your pictures, your time zone, your country, your currency, and all of that. So you can select the currency you transact in. So they have different currencies right here. So in my case, I'm just going to stick to the USD because in most cases we all transact using the USD. So here you can actually do rules, assign rules to people, give them permissions and all of that. And then you can customize different modules, things you want to see or you want to use. So let's say, for instance, I don't want timesheet, I can remove that. I don't want maybe just timesheet, maybe I don't want that, I can remove that. If you don't want contract, you can basically remove that and all of that. So you have a lot of flexibility with this tool, and you can just come here, click on save the changes that you've made. You also have API keys that you can use to connect these to different other tools or software, and they can interact within themselves. So you can just come here, click on create API key, give it a name, and you can generate the API keys. So if you wanted to delete the account, you can just come to settings here, you can delete the business. So if you wanted to do more analytical settings or track properly, you can connect Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics, and Microsoft Clarity. You can connect different calendars here. You can come to add a calendar. You can add Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar. You can also add storage like Google Drive and OneDrive. You can also see your email inboxes here. So you can connect different emails like Google that is going to come, so Microsoft, and your custom SMTP. You can schedule meeting here using either Calendly, Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar. You can also use webhooks here. So you can just come here, click on create webhook, and you can create maybe Zapier integration, anything, Make, and the rest of them. You can put them right here. And then this is where you actually set up your payments method. So if you want people to pay for the invoices and you want everything to be done in-house, you can actually connect it that is Stripe, PayPal, QuickPay, Chip, HitPay, RazorPay, and all of that. So I actually talked to the owner of this tool, and Paystack and Flutterwave should be added here soon for Africans like me, so you can also connect them depending on when you watch this video. So this is basically where you see your billing, how much you are going to pay for this tool. So currently I'm on the freelancer limited plan, and they have different plans for different purposes. So now let's talk about how to add clients. So if you come here where we have the clients, you already have different clients. So I want to add a new client. So I come here, I click on add new. Here I can decide what kind of clients. If they work for a company, I can select a company. If it's just an individual, I can select an individual. I can put the client's name and their email address, and also I can invite them to a client portal. So a client portal is basically their own portal of this tool where they can stay and have access to see what you are doing. So from here they can get the invoices, they can reply emails, they can receive emails, they can basically follow you as you are doing the service or you are rendering the service. So let's say I want to add a company in here. I can just come here, put the company name. So I have this that I want to use. So let's say this is the company name here. I'm going to copy the company name here. I'm going to come here, I'm going to put it right here, and then I'm going to put a primary email address. So I'm just going to look for an email address right here. So I come here, I copy this email, I come back right here, I put the email address here. So you can add people like maybe the contact people or point of contact. You can add them from here, so that in this company you are basically maybe not talking to the owner of this company, you are talking to maybe the person who is in charge of marketing and stuff. So you can come here, click on add the people. You can add their name and then their email address. So I'm not going to do that now, but you can just come here, click on create a client. So we've created this client here, and if you click on it again, you can see everything that you are currently doing with this client. So you can see the currency, you can see their phone number. If you have the phone number, you can see the domains, so you can see the employees, you can see the industry, you can see the status, the priority, and you can see the people you have assigned these tasks to, and all of that. So from here too, you can see the project that you are going to do for this client. So let's say this client, I want to design a sales funnel for them. I'll come here, I click on add the project. So I'm going to give this project, let's say, sales funnel design. So I've added the project right here. You can see the status. After that, I can generate an invoice for this particular client. So I can come to an invoice and I can generate the invoice. So this is the default invoice right here. I can decide if this invoice is going to be a one-time or a recurring invoice. So I'm going to leave it to one time now. So this is where I can put my logo if I wanted to, but I'm not going to add a logo in this case. You can see all your address, you can see the invoice number, you can see when it was issued, and you can see the person it was issued to, their address, their email address. If they had a phone number, you can see the phone number here, and this is your own information as a company. This is the email address that's or the invoice. So here you can see find a cost breakdown for the recent work completed. Please make payment at your early convenience. I do not hesitate, blah, blah, blah. So you can basically customize this message as you want. All right. So I'm going to keep it this way. So here you can add maybe other item descriptions right here. So if you're okay with that, you can basically just save this invoice. So we have saved the invoice. We can basically download this invoice, and we've downloaded it as a PDF. We can actually share it directly to them. So that's how you create the invoice. After the invoice, after they pay the invoice, you can come here, click on contract. So you can draft a contract that you want to send to them. So again, you can drag your own, you can put your own document if you have one. So here I've created the contract. This is a very simple contract. Obviously you need to write something better than this, and I can also save this contract. I can share it with them, and then here I can download it either as a PNG or as a PDF. Basically you can only download it as a PDF in this case. So here we have created the invoice, we have created everything. Once they sign it, they can now send it back to us and we can proceed. So you can come here, click on send, and we'll be able to send them using the email that we've provided and our own email address. So this is the name, so we can put the email address in this case. So if you wanted to send it to a different email address, you can put it right here, and you can also customize the email folder. So you can write, you have received the document, name document, blah, 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 blah. And then you can just send it to them. All right. So they have to sign it, and then they will now send you back the copy, and you see the contract and you are ready to go. So after the contract, you can also schedule a meeting directly with them from inside their project. So you can come here and you can just connect your calendar. So you can come here, add a Google Calendar. So I'm just going to connect a Google Calendar here. You can say connect to Google, and you want to select the email that you want to use as the Google Calendar. So after booking the meeting, this is where you can actually create the different tasks that you have to do for this brand. So you can come here, click on add task, and then let's say the first task is want to have a discussion with them so we get clarity, or after our meeting we already have clarity. So the first thing we want to maybe present a prototype. So the first task is present a prototype for the funnel. So that's going to be the first task, and then we can basically add the task. So this is the title of the task. You now give a description of this note, and then you now create a due date. When do you want this to be done? So let's say I want it to be done on the 29th of June, which is the day I'm making this video, and it's under my to-do list. And then I can actually assign this task. So let's say I have a team member, I can assign it to the team member, but in this case it's just me, so I'm going to assign it to myself. And then I'm going to also get a notification that I've been assigned a task to do, and then I can undo it. So I can upload files, maybe a picture, a PNG, to like basically show what I need to do at that point. So once we've done that, we have basically created the tags to keep us organized. So as you can see, we've created the tags right here. This is where you can now create notes. So maybe after the tags, maybe you want to note what happened, you can come here, click on add notes. You can say maybe keynotes or something like that. You can say keynotes from these designs, and you can also come here and put a note of what happened. So you can also create who created this, which will be me, last updated, and you can basically save it. So we have added everything that we need to keep our work refined with this particular client. So we have a timeline, we have the project, we've sent invoices, contracts, meetings, and the tasks that we need to do, and we have different files that we can upload right here. So let's say this product or this brand, we want to use their brand colors. They've provided us with documents, copies, images, and a whole lot of things. We can basically upload a whole folder here, maybe as a PDF, or we can basically link it directly from either Google Drive or OneDrive. And this is also where we can send emails directly to this particular client. So we can connect our email, which you are going to do in a separate video, or from here you can compose an email, and as you can see, you send it directly to them. So all this will be arranged under this particular client. So you can connect your own sender email. So I've not connected my email, but this is how you can now send them emails gradually or step by step as you proceed with the tasks. So once you are done, if you come here, you see all the contracts that you've created. So this was the contract that we created. And then if you come here, this is where you see all the whole invoices that you sent. This is also the invoice that we created. This is where you see all the emails that you've created and all the contact that you have. So if you come under the CRM, you should be able to see all your leads here. This is where you can actually create all your leads and where you see them. If you come to project, this is where you see all the projects that you are currently working on the one that you currently created. So this is the one that we created. You can see the different stages where you are. So you can see when it was created just 12 minutes ago. So if you click on this project, you see all the information about this project. You can see all the files that were created. You can see the timesheet. You can see the whole overview. You can add members to help you work together or collaborate. Again, you can see the clients here. You can see the start date and every other things right here. Now let's talk about the CRM part. And here you can come here, click on add new, and you can add people to your CRM. Again, you can add them as a company or companies. You can add them as people. You can also add as the tags that you need to do. For instance, under the tags, you see the one that we just created, which is we want to present a prototype to the business that we just messaged. So you can see the description of the prototype. You can see the relation, the clinic. It was created by me, and this is the creation date. So if you wanted to add manually, you can come here, you can add as a company. So you come here, click on add. We are going to add a separate company in this case. So I've decided to add the people instead of a company. So I'm going to put their name here. So here you can add their email address. So I'm just going to put a particular email address right here. You can just say add that email, and that becomes their email address. You can add their phone number if they have any, or if you need to call them in the future. So you can select the country code. So I'm just going to get a dummy phone number. I'm going to put right there. So I copy this one, I come back here. I want to come back to phone number, and I can just paste the phone number right here. I can say add. Here you can add industry, you can add the sources, how you found these leads. You can add your country if you want, the socials, the address, and all of that. But also, if you come to options here, you can customize the fields that you want. So let's say, for instance, I do not need the designation field. I do not need the maybe country, and then I do not need maybe the social. So I can basically just remove all the ones that I do not need. I also probably do not need your address. So I also do not, okay, I actually do need that. So as you can see, we can now reduce the things that we need. So we just keep it a bit more simpler than this. So you can also come here, click on customize, and you can customize the different tab settings like the companies here, the people, the tax, and the whole lot of that. So this is how you can use this tool for the whole management of your client. So the reason why I like this tool is that it allows you to do everything from one place. Again, you can create and manage all the projects here, the CRM, the emails, the contract, the invoices, and all of your clients from here. Also, they are quite responsive. You can come here, chat with them directly, or you can talk to Razor directly. They are very hands-on to talk with you anytime that you want. So if you want to try this tool to manage your clients, I'm going to put a link in the description of this video, and I hope this video was helpful. Please like the video. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section. My name is Noel. I'll see you in my next videos. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.